Yes, hi, I'm Sharon. I've been in Australia since I was 13 years old, and I migrated here and pretty much grew up here.
Okay.
And I live in Sydney.
Yeah. So, can you tell us from the start, for the information of everyone, si Miss Sharon ay isang DDS at BBM loyal, solid supporter. So, can you tell us when it started, bakit kayo nagkahalubilo, bakit kayo nagkakilala ni Mr. Mangusin?
Okay, first of all, you have to excuse my Tagalog because it's not really my strongest forte. So,
Okay.
growing up in Australia, English is sort of my first language. So, I will do my best to speak in Tagalog as well. I've met Francis. He was introduced to me by a mutual person here in Sydney as one of the DDS rally that was invited in. And since then, she introduced me to Francis as one of a radio announcer. So I really didn't care for much. I wasn't really interested. I wasn't looking for another relationship or anything like that because I've just gone through a separation. So
Okay.
I just sort of wanted to just have a quiet life.
Okay. So, you meet him. Can you tell us how it started? How you become good friend and having a special relationship with him, and then how did it came to a point nga hanggang pumunta siya sa Australia and something like that?
Okay, so I met this woman as part of the DDS, and so I was invited by my family to support the DDS in Sydney, and also then being a big avid supporter of and having to witness the election in the Philippines in 2016, I decided to attend. I met one of those women who was one of the DDS back in April 2017, and she wanted to become friends with me. Most people know me here as a very friendly person, very approachable. So it's not unlike me to not say hello.
Okay.
So, and then she decided to invite herself to my house the following weekend, and that's when we started to get to.
Okay.
And that's where Francis Leo Antonio Marcos introduced himself through the chat.
Okay.
You know, as the things roll.
So basically, you made a friend in Australia. Supporter siya ng, in a gathering na nagrarally. Tapos she went Facebook Live, and then Norman Mangusin aka Francis Leo Marcos is in the Philippines. Nakita ka at the live, and common friend yung Marcos,
Yes,
and that lady,
yes.
and then siya yung nag-introduce sa'yo ni Marcos, and from there,
and from there he started to connect with this woman. Unbeknownst to me, they were already talking about me, and he was asking a lot of questions about me. And within 2 days, he wanted to meet me and talk to me. And from then on, it became he was so insistent and relentless. And between the two of them, I sort of felt like I was pressured to just follow suit, And because she said to me that she's known si Francis, aka Norman, very well, and for over 12 months. And seems to be a good guy, and she said, what harm would it do if I get to know him and just be friends with him? And that's what I did. So I thought, okay, I will, I did. I thought there's no harm in knowing someone.
Okay. And so from that on, how you develop, can you tell me, like, parang nanligaw, right, or something like that?
Yes. So basically from then on, he contacted me every day. As I said, he was very relentless, and he's put a lot of pressure. It's not just every day that he was calling me. It's like every hour, every minute.
Okay.
Of every day.
So nahulog ang loob mo sa kanya or something like that?
Not, not, no,
Ha?
not straight away po. Not
Okay.
straight away po. Ang
Okay.
yabang-yabang niya po.
Okay.
That's one thing that really I kept saying to him no.
Okay.
First of all, sabi ko sa kanya, I'm not used to dating. I'm not used to dating. Full stop. And I said that I don't really. I'm not interested to date. And he said, why not? Because I'm tequilang romantico.
Okay. So ganito, so can you tell me paano siya nagpakilala sa iyo as the Francis Marcos that yun nalinlang ka rin na ano? And then how did you know na hindi pala siya si Francis Marcos, and how did he went to Australia and connected with you from his NGO?
Okay, so after I was introduced, he started telling me about his background. I didn't put two and two together what he was telling me, because I've been out of Philippines now since 1985. So
bata ka pa.
My history of the Philippines, yeah. So my history of the Philippines, as well as the political issues and things like that, was already far away from my thoughts in my mind. And the only president that I remember was the former president, Ferdinand Marcos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
basically,
go ahead.
So basically, he started telling me that I'm Francis Leo Marcos. I'm a cousin of BBM, and he kept referring to his Tita Imelda. I didn't really put two and two together, and I didn't gel anything. And I said, so what? I said, who cares?
Yeah.
You know?
Because
then,
you don't know, the only Marcos you know is the president, right? Because you were not born.
Yes.
I mean, 14-year-old, you know. So the other relatives hindi ka familiar, kaya it's a big deal for you na you thought Marcos is a common last name or something, right?
Yeah, and I thought he was just joking when he was mentioning BBM, and I really thought that Marcos is such a well-known family. It's like Smith. Johnson,
Yeah.
You know, all the common names, and that I thought in the Philippines it's similar thing.
Yeah.
So to me, it just really, it was out of my mind. Didn't even think about it until I said to him, out of a joke, I thought he was just joking. I said to him, I thought that, are you referring to the former president Ferdinand Marcos? Because that's the only person that I know that has that last name. And he just laughed at me and he said, that's my uncle.
Really? And then you believe that?
No. No, I didn't. I laughed because what a small world for a Marcos and me, and who's just an ordinary person that would have anything to do with it, right? So I just really just didn't think anything of it. But the one thing that I guess my curiosity sparked was of his charitable. He said that he was a philanthropist, so that's where I started to pique my interest. Was the fact that I thought he was giving. I thought he was generous. I thought that because
philanthropist.
He said that yeah. So I thought that since he was he's got this charity, a foundation in the Philippines, and that he's trying to set it up internationally, and he's got other foundation in Europe, US. I think there's also one in Greece, and I think one in Singapore. He said that he wants to start one up here in Australia.
So to cut the story short, that's the one. That's the thing that you had an interest in him, kasi nga philanthropist, and you're into philanthropy work. And so to cut the story short, he went to Australia to
He went
go ahead.
Start the foundation. So this woman that he introduced me to then invited me to be a part of it, and I really didn't want to. And I said it's a conflict of interest if this guy and I end up being, married or whatever, and even being boyfriend and girlfriend, we're courting each other. I think it's a conflict of interest. And she said to me, don't worry about that, because I can resign anytime I want to, or maybe wait until he comes to Australia. So that's what I did.
So
and
tell me,
he insisted that I join.
So parang nag-expand si Norman Manguzin ng poverty what's the name of the foundation?
Volunteers Against Poverty.
Volunteers Against Poverty Foundation sa Australia nag-expand.
Yeah.
So, kinaibigan siya, nanligaw sa kanya, and then pumunta ng Australia, ikaw pa ang nagsundo, at saka yung,
Two of my friends came with me,
And then, by that time, I have to, diretsahan na, nagkakayo ba? Nagka-on ba kayo? Did you fell for him?
Nagka-on kami.
Yes.
But nothing happened between us physically.
Because long distance.
If it was more long distance. So we knew each other for about 4 months. Sabihin natin ng end of April to the beginning of August. Doon na nag-end kami ng relationship namin, including all of the foundation here, because we felt our lives were becoming in danger and at risk as well for some of the activities that were very suspicious to me and to us.
Okay, so for the information of everyone, si Ms. Sharon po ay nagbigay na ng affidavit at statement sa NBI. So those critical issues na statement na nabigay na niya ay bawal ng pag-usapan sa labas, kasi isa siya sa mga complainant ni Francis Leo Marcos sa mga kaso-kaso na ipafile niya. And these are international cases, and these cases involves off the record money laundering or so, pero we don't talk the substance on that. Let's go straight. Can you tell me about the funny thing na kwininto mo kanina nung nasa kotse na from the airport sinundo mo? Can you tell them straightforward? Okay.
So basically, I knew that he was interested in proposing to me. Okay, so and when he came out, my friends and I, they were just joking around in the airport and said, let's just wait, we'll hide to see what he looks like and see what he's going to do. And I thought to myself, okay, this is a good test to see, because he's so-called businessman, he travels everywhere, he says, that he would know how to conduct himself at the airport. Okay. So we just decided to just sit back and wait. And when he exited out, he looked like a lost puppy. Mm-hmm. He really did. He just did not know where to go. So I said to my friends, look, I felt sorry for him. And I said, let's just say hello, you know. Mm. And so pagdating ng kotse, when we got in the car, sabi niya sa harap ng dalawa kong kaibigan na there are 3 things that I wanted to do here while I'm in Australia. He says, first is to gather all the officers for the foundation. Second is to establish the foundation. And third is to give this ring to my fiancé. And so he just put the ring on in my finger without even asking me or anything. And then he turned around and he said, that's worth 2 million pesos.
So can you imagine, guys, ito kung hindi pa ito pangluloko. First, kahit mag-on kayo, long distance kayo, first time yung nagkita, parang out of the blue, kumuha ng singsing, sinundo sa airport, kumuha ng singsing, wala naman ka-sweet-sweet or kaano-ano na make it special kasi nagpo-propose ka. Na-shock siya. Sabi niya, what is this? Na-shock siya. Kasi pumunta daw doon first to create a foundation na nandun mag-organize ng officers. Pangalawa, yun, nagpo-propose sa kanya kasi
establish the foundation.
Yeah, establish the foundation.
And
Pangatlo, to propose sa kanya. So, she meant that it was a joke. Tapos, natawa siya. I mean, you know, you were caught off guard. And, ang naano niya is, sinabihan siya na, be careful of that thing because that's 2 million daw. So, kaya nagtagal din tayo when we set that up. Kasi sabi ko, can you show the ring to them? Hinanap niya yung singsing kasi hindi niya sinuot, hinanap niya. So hindi niya na she didn't found it in her jeweler box. Sabi ko, kahit wala na yung singsing, it's okay, at least nasabi mo ang katotohanan. Guys, ayaw kong sabihin sa inyo na paniwalaan siya, paniwalaan kami. But look at how she speak and everything. Very spontaneous, diretso. Hindi ito naglaking Pilipinas, Australian ito, Phil Australian. Bata pa siya, teenager siya, nasa Australia na siya. So, wala siyang kamuwang-muwang na. Tapos, can you tell me sa mga pangyayari, bakit hindi natuloy yung foundation, natuloy at saka hindi sinuportahan siya sa mga board of directors ninyo at nag-resign ka as a treasurer? Can you tell me that?
Okay, so firstly, I was actually appointed as a secretary, and the thing was because I have established businesses here in Australia. I know a little bit about how to do those things, to register. I did everything properly, and to a point where I could feel and I could see and observe that he was starting to get really agitated because it's taking too long.
Okay.
And he didn't realize that there is a process, when you're doing a foundation. And one thing that we kept arguing, and this is what people didn't know, that behind the scene, when there's just him and I, we didn't talk. And that's why I felt like, we didn't talk at all. Like, I thought to myself, is he building a relationship with me, or he's just interested in just the business side of it? Or
he is really using you for, if
Yeah.
So that's when you thought that something is off. So can you tell me about the medical mission sa Manila, yung mga namigay daw ng mga glasses na sponsored sa inyo, and then can you tell me why nag-back out mga board of directors ng foundation and ikaw as a treasurer?
That happened after we have terminated the board of directors or board members, as well as closed all the accounts, as well as the registration. So we have terminated that since the foundation on August, I can't remember the date, but August 2017. They conducted an optical mission in Quezon City, QCPD. I believe there was 116,000 glasses that they were going to donate. And so I did not know anything about that. I didn't hear anything other than that someone had sent me, because when I finished and terminated all my relationship as well as the foundation here in Australia, I blocked him. So I had nothing to do with him for years. So I didn't know what's going on or anything. So someone had sent me this Leader News Philippines that he's gone live, or someone has interviewed him and everything. And that's when I heard the Australian name. So in order for me I felt like I was obligated, and part of me, it felt responsible that I have to tell the truth of what was going on, because I didn't want all the netizens, as well as all the public, whether it's in the Philippines or here or anywhere else in the world, to be victimized or to be damaged or traumatized from him. Because what he does is that he starts something and he just takes off. He leaves you to clean up the mess, and then you're left wondering what the hell is going on. Where is he? He keeps disappearing. Even when we were trying to establish the foundation here, I used to get really frustrated with him, because every time that we discussed something that is so critical, he just disappears. He just walks away.
So you know
he
what?
Walks away.
Yeah, you know what, Richard?
So,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we sort of, I felt like that I was observing. Now, for me personally, I couldn't share what I was thinking, what I was feeling, because he was living under my roof. And that's another thing. When we went to pick him up to the airport, one thing that we went to the airport, I said to him, so where am I going to drop you off? And then he said to me, what do you mean? At your house? And in my head, I thought, you're a millionaire and you don't have a hotel to go to?
Oh, wow.
And then anyway, two of my friends said to me, where are we going? Where are we dropping him off? And I said, at my place. And then they said, what? But you don't know him, you know? And I said, well, what am I going to do? You know, I was literally stuck. But the thing with us, though, before he came to Australia, because we're constantly speaking like you and I now, face to face like this, for hours on end, every single day, I felt familiar.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He made me feel familiar with him.
Okay.
So although I felt uncomfortable that to receive a person in my home, I need to really clarify this to you, Sir Kellogg.
Okay.
Right? If I wasn't, if people think that I fell in love with him completely, they are mistaken.
Okay.
I didn't fall in love with him because he's a Marcos. I didn't fall in love with him because he is rich or he's got money. When I met him, he had nothing.
Oh my God.
Nag-uutang sa akin ng pera.
Okay? Stop.
So,
listen everyone. Pinirahan siya si Mangusin ang nag-uutang sa kanya ng pera, pumunta ng Australia na walang pera, walang materhan, hindi makaano ng hotel, pero ang sinabi niya, milyonaryo siya. In other words, ginamit lang siya. Go ahead.
Yes, yeah. So he started out asking small things, small favors. Like he said that his bank accounts were frozen and he can't even pay any of his electricity bill.
Oh my
So
God.
I paid for one of his electricity bill. This is before he left Australia. He left for Australia of June.
Okay.
So, and then the next one was 3 electricity bills.
Oh.
So, unti-unti na nagbibigay ako ng pera. Okay? But here is the thing na he is a clever person in a sense that he knows what he is doing. I used to say to him, what name do I put into the remittance slip? Right? And this is for educational purposes, Sir Kellogg's. Never ever, this is for the listeners out there, never ever ever send money to someone who you're talking to and put the name of someone else's. Now you don't know who they are, because if it comes to bayaran, okay, they'll turn around, wala akong utang sa'yo, give me yung receipt mo, and tapos iba pa ang pangalan ng nasa receipt mo. Yaan ang ginawa niya sa akin po.
But you have all that paperwork and ipa-NBI mo rin yan, yung mga ano.
Some?
Yeah. So,
The letter of demand?
Yeah.
I have some of the receipts but not all. Because in the beginning, I sort of, sa akin kasi maliit lang. When I say maliit, it's like $300.
Not really like millions na. Yeah.
No. So it's like the first one that I sent, I remember it's about 10 or 11,000 pesos to pay for his electricity.
Yeah.
The next one was about 30,000 pesos.
Yeah.
Until it just got bigger and bigger. And so you may think that it's only small for any one of you. The thing that he's doing on Facebook with that Gcash or whatever that is, you know, some people think na 5 pesos here, 50 pesos there, $5 Canadian or $5 US. Kaunti lang yan. But imagine how many population how many people are we?
Yeah, if you add everything, yeah.
If you add collectively, that becomes millions.
That's right.
So you think that you haven't been victimized? Think again.
So, Miss Sharon, if I may ask, when you saw Norman Mangusin, aka Francis Leong Marcos, hitting the airwaves at the internet, when you first time you saw him, what was your reaction? Huh?
Do you really need to know?
Yeah.
Do you really need to know?
Yeah.
The first time I met him on Facebook, like on Messenger, or when
No. When you saw him, like no. When you saw him, like, wala na kayo kasi blinak mo na siya kasi nga nanghuhut-hut siya sa'yo. wala na kayo. When you saw him currently at this pandemic, giving tons of bigas left and right, nagbi-video with truckloads of rice, what was your first reaction?
My first reaction was to protect the people of the Philippines.
So that's why,
That's the
yeah.
That's the truth.
So that's why, I mean, did you made any comments sa mga video niya, or I mean, what have you? Kasi I realize April pa nagko-comment ka na sa akin ng napakahaba, sabi ko, oh, this is a DDS in Australia, and it seems that you have personal knowledge with him kasi napakahaba ng comment mo, and I said something is, pero magsabi lang ako, tama po, correct. Yun lang, kasi maraming hindi ko masabayan lahat ng comment. But nagbi-message siya sa akin personally. I have to tell them, the followers, lang real talkers, nagmi-message siya personally at sinabi niya na, did you know, lahat-lahat, pinagpadala siya ng mga picture, nagpadala lahat. And then I said, really? Sabi niya, if you want, mag-usap tayo, isabi ko sa inyo lahat. Anyway, nakafile na ako sa NBI and all the complaints. So, yun, tinawagan ko siya. I said, are you willing to be interviewed? Sabi naman niya, yes. For the information of everyone, hindi madali magpa-interview at mang-accuse ng tao kung walang katotohanan. Hindi madali. Namumuhay siya ng mapayapa sa Australia. At tutuusin, ha, gusto lang niyang protektahan ng mga tao na hindi maloko at hindi malinlang ni Francis Leo Marcos but Norman Mangusin. Miss Sharon, if I may ask, sa mga board of directors ninyo sa foundation niya sa Australia, meron pa bang pro Norman Mangusin, or may contact pa ba rin sila sa kanya, or wala na?
Wala na po. No, none of us do. I believe except one.
Okay. So, that being said, kayo lahat parang, if I may ask, registered ba sa Securities Exchange Commission diyan sa Australia ang non-profit na Poverty Marcos Foundation sa Australia?
Okay. To register a charity here, it goes through a different process. It takes a long time because ang idea ni Francis madali lang. So because bigla gusto niya talagang, he was in a rush, literally in a rush. I couldn't even think straight. That's how quickly he wanted to do, and to a point that I wasn't even sleeping. To be honest with you, Sir Kellogg's, I was working. One of my family members said to me, why don't you take the time off so you can just spend time together, so get to know each other? And I said to them, no, I'm not going to do that because I want him to see my real life situation, you know?
Yeah.
And I said, I don't want to change any of my schedule, anything that I am, just for him. Right?
Okay.
And I wanted to really technically see. So, ang nangyari, because I was working, tapos I was only getting about 4 hours sleep because he wanted to rush me with this. He even wanted me to set up a website.
Okay.
So that the donation can go everywhere.
Okay.
Hindi po yun natuloy because again, the process is a long time. He did not know that I was to be tax exempted, right?
Okay.
And he kept referring that it will be tax exempted because yung pangalan niya is charity. Sabi ko, the name is one thing, but to actually register it in a proper way so that the donors can get a tax exemption is another.
Correct.
Nag-aaway kami lagi dyan. Naglalaway kami dyan. I even asked him before he came to Australia that I need at least 2 to 5 years of tax return.
Correct.
As well as
Correct.
profit and loss statement
Precisely.
from the parent foundation of the Philippines.
Okay.
Yep. And from the parent of the Philippines because I needed to see, kasi he said established na eh.
Okay.
Established na for a very long time, 17 years. Right? So, sabi ko, okay, well, I need that because I was already talking to an accountant.
Okay.
Tapos, so, because he said to me, oh, I need to see how much money is being drawn in by the charity to determine how to register the charity properly.
Okay. So basically ganito.
So,
Si Francis Leo Marcos, I'm
so
sorry.
that's why I was asking for that. And then, pero hindi siya nagbigay. Wala siyang nabigay na kahit na ano.
So with that, hindi natuloy ang pag-register officially ang foundation niya sa Australia.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So
Correct.
so basically
Correct.
nung si Sharon ang naglakad sa papeles para ma-register siya as an NGO sa Australia. Francis Leo Marcos aka Norman Mangusin thought na ganun lang kadali mag-register ng isang non-profit company sa ibang bansa. Sa Amerika hindi madali. They have to do background check. You have to get your ITR, income tax return. You have to get your background, ano yung kapasidad mo, may board may ano sa incorporation, lahat all of those legalities kasi by the book ang Australia, ang Amerika. Yeah. Akala niya katulad lang sa Pilipinas na braso-braso, ma-release kaagad. Because of that, nagalit siya at parati niyang pinipressure si Sharon. And so go ahead.
Correct. Correct. So basically ako naman I want fault. So kung matigas ang ulo niya, mas matigas ang ulo ko po.
So
especially when trying to do things the right way or by the book.
Correct. Yeah. Because
because I already spoken to someone like a chartered accountant about it.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So yun.
Yeah.
So I already know basically what to do.
So, if I may ask, kasi nakita ko sa isang live niya, nakatira siya sa, akala ko nga, years and years siya sa Australia. How many months siya or days siya sa Australia? At nung nakatira siya sa'yo, nung pinatira mo siya, nung nandun siya?
He arrived roughly maybe 30th of May 2017, and he left Australia to the Philippines on the 25th of June 2017.
So less than a month. Month. Yeah.
Less than a month.
Yeah. So basically, and all the time nakatira siya sa iyo lahat, and then if ako I'm not supposed to give my personal expression to that, but knowing the background and having a critical thinking and use your logical analysis, pretty much pumunta siya doon, maggamit ang tao para ano pa ba? I mean, and then pinipressure siya parati, wala namang bira, walang papeles na ipakita mga ITR kasi by the book dito in even sa Australia. And I don't think, and because of that, when he left, go ahead.
Some people think and they jumped into some judgment thinking that I fell into it without thinking, and even I guess some of my family felt the same way or thought the same way, but they didn't realize the pressure I was under because I have literally a stranger under my roof that I'm trying to get to know.
Precisely.
Right? After 2 weeks, after 2 weeks, Sir Kellogg's of him seeing nothing, like I would be in one room and he would be the other. We wouldn't talk. The only time that he becomes what's the word in Tagalog, nasisigla siya, is when there is visitors. And I felt that in Australia, he was starting to really get bored because there's nothing going on.
Yeah, because everybody's busy. Everybody has a life,
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's working.
And to a point that when he was here, he was using his Facebook to bombard or at least harass one of I befriended during the time that we got to know each other, kasi lagi siyang nag-Facebook Live when he was in the Philippines. I befriended another girl, and he started to really harass her and demean her and belittle her on Facebook. And I could hear him in the other room calling one of his men, tirahin mo yan. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? So I opened his Facebook, and some of the things that was happening, this poor woman, I could see that she's starting to get really upset. So I went to the room and I said, what are you doing?
Okay.
I said, what are you doing? I said, if you are a Marcos, you would not be doing something like this. I said, it is not becoming.
Correct.
I said, ikaw ang naghahabol ng gulo? Sabi ko, ikaw naghahabol ng gulo? Sabi ko, some people would want to have, or at least live a life peacefully. Pero ikaw, sabi ko, bakit naghahanap ka ng kaaway lagi?
Correct. Oh. So if
lagi
I may ask,
po kami
yeah, go ahead. If I may ask, how did you learn that he is an impostor? He is not a Marcos and his real name is Norman Mangusin. How did you discover that?
I really didn't discover it in a sense until I finished our relationship, because although there were people that were telling me before he came here, there's one person that came and nakita ko nga, sumabog yung Facebook before he came out. Sabi ko, sino itong si ano? Tapos, because it sounds like a troll account, right?
Okay.
So he said to me, forget about them. They're just one of those troll accounts that ano ba yun? What is it called in
Basher,
Tagalog
it troll
laging basher, laging nagugulo lang yan. Sabi niya, he's been around for a while. Sabi niya, i-block mo siya. Sabi ko, anong sinasabi niya na ikaw ay Norman Mangusin?
Oh my God.
And this,
oh wow.
nagtawa sa akin. And this is why, Sir Kellogg, when I hear him laugh, my blood boils.
Bakit?
My blood boils because if you are to step back and you're talking about critical thinking,
correct,
psychologically there is hidden meanings behind his laughter. He's either trying to manipulate you.
Precisely.
He's trying to
it's a defense mechanism, actually. Yes, it's a defense mechanism. Yeah, a lot of meanings.
Yeah, and sometimes when he gets nervous, he laughs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a defense mechanism.
It
Yeah,
makes me feel uneasy.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
biro
it makes me
inyo
feel very uneasy.
sa mga saradong utak sa napaniwala ni Norman Mangusin aka Francis Leo Marcos, hindi madaling lumabas galing nasa ibang bansa ka, hindi at magsalita kasi kukuyugin ng mga hindi nag-iisip na followers. Anong makukuha niya na mag-akusa siya, nasa Australia siya, na namumuhay siya ng mapayapa? Gusto lang niya na hindi kayo mapaniwala at magpakatanga. Right? So, if I may ask, maraming nagtatanong, bakit nagpa-Facebook? Bakit ka nagsasalita? Bakit ka nag-interview? I-file mo na yan, doon na sa NBI, ganito, ganyan. Can you tell them straightforward na ano yung statement mo at nandun na lahat?
Yeah, can I just say something, Sir
Yeah,
Carlos,
go ahead.
if you wanted to be straightforward?
Okay.
Okay, it's none of their business.
Correct.
At the end of the day, I don't need to explain myself to anyone.
Precisely.
I don't measure my friends or I don't measure my worth through my friends or how many likes I get or
You don't need validation at all.
Or hearts that I get.
That's right.
I don't count my friends. I don't count my friends to how many friends I have or followers I have on Facebook.
Correct.
Okay, I do my best to be as private as possible. I grew up being taught to always follow the law.
That's
and
right.
fear God.
That's right. That's right on.
know?
Right on.
So, and I've lived my life that way. I've instilled those to my
That's
children.
right. That's right.
If I don't follow my instinct, and people say sa akin na, naloko ko, maybe I did, but again, life is about learning.
Correct.
Right? And the only stupid people in this world is the ones that don't learn from their mistakes.
They are the
Tama
ones
ba,
that are
mali?
resistant to learn. Even you are presented with a valid argument and logical evidences and analysis, but they still refuse because for whatever reason they are indoctrinated or they are just being numb or dumb or they are ashamed to rectify the wrong. And ito ang problema sa mga Pinoy. Parating ang mali ay parating idiin na magiging tama. Ito lang ang gusto kong iparating. Because I myself has been being questioned, why are you so obsessed with exposing Norman Mangusin? Because I don't want you guys to be scammed. Because mali ang ma-scam, mali ang mapaniwala na namigay ng bigas-bigas. Pero ang pang-scam niya It's just to hide the scamming niya. So, I just want you guys to learn and mapagmatyag.
Yes.
And this is not for me. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe her. Believe at least, because we are men of laws,
Correct.
believe at least the NBI, the cases of the NBI. Now, if you continue to support Mangusin for whatever reason, then go ahead. But you have to respect other side of the spectrum, because we do respect you. Ang sa amin lang is, wag nang malinlang pa yung iba. Diba? So, Miss Sharon,
At the
go
end
ahead.
of the day, Sir Kellogg, at the end of the day, Sir Kellogg's, they have their own. We can't control their way of thinking. We cannot control what they want to believe. But I have my story. You have yours. And all I'm trying to do is right from the beginning. Even though I have received a lot of comments na naiinggit daw ako, na ano bang nagawa ko sa mga tao, or ano bang
Nakatulong
natulong
ka
ko,
ba?
ganyan. At the end of the day, nakatulong ka ba? At the end of the day, those words are so, those questions, or at least line of questioning, for me, is too shallow, because they're not looking at the bigger picture behind the tulong. And I've said this to you before. I don't know, and you correct me if I'm wrong. I have not seen or heard of anyone that gets arrested just because tumutulong sila sa ibang tao, or they're doing a good Samaritan.
Precisely,
Pero
not unless. Go ahead.
Yes, even in a charity work or organization such as this, or even any other charity, there's always a corruption, right?
I heard that.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
there's corruption, right?
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying this is that just because a person is doing a philanthropic work does not necessarily mean that the things that they are doing behind the scene is the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, for example, he could not even provide me a tax return, and I challenge him to give me the tax return.
Correct. Yeah, that's the very basis.
I've been asking him since day one.
Yeah, that's the very basis. If you
Okay,
claim yourself
so-
that you're a billionaire, a millionaire, the only proof is to show your tax record, show your tax return, not by the word of mouth, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've said that right from the beginning. Naiinggit ako. There's nothing to be inggit about, because when I met him, he had nothing.
Correct.
Okay, I was willing to love him, to accept him for the way that he was. Okay, all I said to him, Sir Kellogg, is that as long as you are not pretending to be someone else, I will accept you as that name.
Correct. Oh my God. Yeah, ang sa akin lang, Miss Sharon, no, sabihin nila nainggit ka lang. Isa lang sa ko, hindi ako maiinggit sa isang scammer. Hindi ako maiinggit sa isang manggagansyo. Ang ikainggitan ko lang kung author ka ng isang libro, mangha-mangha at inggit na inggit ako sa iyo, or Nobel Prize winner ka in medicine or so, yun lang ang ikainggit ko. Wala akong bahid na pangingit.
Yeah.
You should be happy for the success of others para may graces ka. Pero kung gagamitin mo, ang masakit kasi dito, Miss Sharon, correct me if I'm wrong. It pains me a lot because he is taking advantage of the weakness of the people, the gullibility of the people na madaling ma-manipulate. And second, double kill niya. He is taking advantage of the desperation of the people na pandemic, gutom ang mga tao.
Yes.
So that is a double
Correct.
insulto. Kung hindi na-realize ng mga tao yan, iwan ko na lang. I mean, why are you not opening your minds? Yeah. Right?
Correct. And here's another thing, right? When I heard he went viral, I even said to my mother, sabi ko, keep going. I wanted to go viral because that way we can catch him in the act.
Precisely.
And fair enough. Sa yabang niya, okay, he's got caught. Did he think that there are stupid bloggers out there that's going to put two and two together? And you know what I mean?
Correct.
So I wanted it to go, but my focus right from the beginning was I felt so stressed for the sheer fact that the fact that he was going viral, and he was he was doing all of these things, I knew that behind his tulong, there's also a kapalit.
Correct. And the kapalit is mas grabe pa sa tulong na naibigay.
Yes. And I'm glad that there are people that have received some of that help. Don't get me wrong, and they are fortunate enough to have received those things. But behind all of the donations that they have received, there is also someone that was victimized as well.
That's the thing.
So don't ever forget that.
That's the thing. Yun nga ang sinasabi ko importante, even sa talakayan, even sa diskusyon, importante na tayo ay makikinig sa dalawang side ng argumento para maintindihan natin ng buong-buo ang substansya ng argumento. Kasi if we are only polarized with one argument, I put myself at the lens of the followers ni Mangusin. I understand precisely. And you have to weigh things out. Hindi lang sa pula, sa puti. Oh, DDS kami, 1,000% tama kami. Dilawan sila, 1,000,000% mali sila. No, you have to weigh things out and balance the equation to arrive at a logical conclusion. Right? Tama po ba? Yeah. So,
yes,
one last
correct.
parting word. Okay, go ahead.
Hang on. One thing that one thing that you've touched as well is about to do with the DDS.
Okay.
You have to remember that President Duterte has at least 83% followers of voters, correct?
Correct.
At least, sabihin natin 80% na. Okay, sabihin natin 80%, right? He is going to put himself in a strong position to grab hold of the hearts of the people that are DDS, because if he gets them, there's going to be at least 80% of his support that will go to him if he does a charity work.
Precisely. That's another theory.
Nakikita ng mga tao dyan?
That's another theory, but I have my own theory and I'm getting lead. Miss Sharon, for the information of everyone, is also a very, 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 of course, vocal and active DDS and BBM supporter, volunteer sa Australia, one of the organizer, along with, of course, Boss Rado Gatchalian. Hello, boss, kumusta? Kilala namin siya, kilala ko siya 2016 pa, and I never thought until today na kung hindi siya nag-message sa akin na biktima ako niyan, hindi niya sinabi yung buhay niya with Mangusin, I never thought na siya pala ay mai-scam ni Mangusin. So when I said, pwede kitang interviewin, sabi niya, yes, yeah, para ma-stop niyang pang-scam niya. Para talaga, maliwanagan kayo. And knowing her long time ago during the campaign pa, and along with other DDS supporters worldwide na nandito ngayon, I can vouch for her integrity. I can vouch for, makilala namin kung sino ang tunay na DDS from the grassroots, supporters, organizers, lahat-lahat. Makilala namin kung sino talaga at ano talaga ang integrity nila. So, Miss Sharon, any one last parting words to Mr. Mangusin and then last parting words sa mga followers niya?
Okay. All I can say is that mag-ingat po kayo. Not everything and everyone that is in front of you, that smiles in your face, are your friends.
Correct.
You know, if you want to help, you help with without reservations, but at the same time, use your logic, ask questions. And this is the thing, too many people are throwing too many innuendos. Too many people are so easy to start assuming, and they're forgetting to ask the questions.
Correct.
You know, magtanong po kayo. And even though sabihin natin na naloko ako, there were other people that are worse off than me, because I was learning as I was going.
Correct.
I was ticking the boxes as I was going. He was showing certain things to me that I didn't like. The only thing that I couldn't do was to warn the people around me, because if he found out what I was already thinking and what I was already suspecting, he was living under my roof.
My God.
Okay, he was living under my roof. So I had to also protect myself. I'm a woman.
Correct.
You know, and to be honest with you, sir, at the end of the day, parang siya pa ang takot sa akin. Because alam niya na sinumbong ko siya sa immigration department.
Oh.
For, yeah, he knows that. Because he threatened my life.
Oh, wow.
He threatened my life. After he found out that I've closed everything, he got so angry with me that he threatened my life.
Oh, really?
People don't know that.
Wow.
People do not know what I had to go through and what I had to do to end this relationship and to end everything that he was doing here. I needed to protect everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't go any further than just letting it go and letting it slide. No.
Oh, my.
I'm not that type of person.
So, Miss Sharon, no, I don't want to touch. I'm really sorry. I feel you. I'm really sorry for what you went through. But ang sa akin lang is, you are a strong woman for standing on what is right, for really, stepping up on a plate na ipakita sa mga tao na si Mangusin ay isa talagang scammer at ikaw ang isang ebidensya na isa sa mga biktima na biktima niya. So, after all of this, nag-file ka na ng complaint mo, ng kaso sa NBI, affidavit mo, lahat-lahat. Any message para sa kanya mismo, kay Mangusin mismo, kay Norman?
So, yeah, I want to ask, what benefit did you get in replacing, you've gained the world, and yet you sold yourself to the devil. What benefit did you get from that?
Oh my God.
That's what I want to ask him.
Yeah. So it's in the Bible, no? Like it's an old adage, like a saying, like what benefit you will get if you gain the whole world and loses your soul.
What do a man? Yes.
Tama.
Yeah.
Tama talaga. So again, Miss Sharon, salamat.
And that's what I wanted to quote.
Yeah, salamat sa paunlak mong interview.
Everyone.
Thank you very much. God bless and keep posted and keep strong. Let us fight for this. Nothing personal with Mr. Mangusin. Ang sa akin lang is let the truth prevail and lahat ma-educate at lahat malaman nila na mali ang scam. Have a good night, Miss Sharon, and thank you.
And at the end of the day, Sir Kellogg, this is real talk, isn't it?
Precisely. The real talk, discussions that matters. Thank you. Mabuhay po kayo. Thank you. God bless. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you po. Thank you
God
for
bless.
your time.
Yeah. Thank you. God bless.
No
Bye-bye.
worries.